Okay, so we have yet another video of a seemingly never-ending topic of why black people don't date black people. Here we go.
Today we are talking about why good guys finish last. I'm Shamika Sanders. Beside me, I have the beautiful Jessie Wu and the fabulous Africa Miranda. Guys, in a recent interview, Sir Slim Thug asserted that Ciara was not happy in her relationship with Russell Wilson because he is a good guy. To use his word, he is a square. Let's get into this quote right here. He wrote this, y'all. This is me.
This is his version.
This is
And with
his
quotes.
version. Do a woman used to talk to Future really want a Russell Wilson? He's just a corny dude. He's just like a square. Okay.
Okay, so you can go back and pause that and read it, but I stated before Slim Thug had a point. Not about their relationship specifically, just in general. Does women who really date a quote-unquote alpha type want a corny square? Is no, they don't. They usually don't. They're usually just, hey, I'm here because it's safe here. But statistics show and studies show, and pretty much our eyes show that they don't stay they don't stay with that guy or they don't stay loyal to that guy.
Before we get into this question of the week, what do you define as a good guy? What does that mean?
I've found, to be very honest, my definition of a good guy has changed over the years. A good guy for me used to mean that he had money, that he had a certain social standing, but I found that that didn't mean that they were really good people. So now for me, a good guy is someone that is kind, that's a hard worker, that doesn't have serious problems with honesty, and that actually is a little square.
Oh.
I feel like for me, those qualities now you can find them anywhere, not just in the church.
Okay, let's look at how she defined a good guy. That was not the general accepted definition of a good guy. Why do we keep redefining things to force them to fit what we want the idea to be? This is how people eat their cake and have it too, or at least attempt to, because they never just accept something as what it is and accept that they have to lose something to get something to sacrifice, but yet we're going to keep changing definitions to force it to fit a specific thing that we want it to fit. That's not what a good guy is, what she just described.
Or in school, because I used to associate the good guy with the guy who's in church, the guy who's in the library all the time. But now I feel like you can find you a good guy in the street. You know what I'm saying? Some of these street dudes, they be good guys. They'll take care of you. They'll care about you. They'll motivate you. They'll support you. So for me, it's just, sometimes the popular definition of a good guy is not my definition of a good guy.
Because you don't have the right definition. Again, you're just forcing it. And look at how I like how she, got out of her properness and got into street talk. But she said you can find a good guy in a street. A street guy is a good guy. What do you mean a street guy? Are you saying a thug type? You saying a bad boy? You saying a player? What are you saying a good guy? Because she does that throughout this video. She kind of defines something that's really not what it is. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy, there's a player. Stop mixing the terms to try to force a perfect guy. Even in examples and hypotheticals, we're forcing a perfect guy. Stop doing that. That's why all this nonsense is happening.
All of this leads us to the question of the week. Why do we pick good guys last? Okay, ladies, so why don't we just pick the good guy first? Doesn't it seem so simple?
Yeah.
Who said we don't, though? Because a lot of times you'll pick a good guy, but does the good guy want you? A lot of these good guys, they want the hoe. They want the scammer. The same.
No, they don't. No good guy wants a scammer. The good guys don't want a hoe. Now, do guys in general get attracted to the chick that's showing this and showing that? Yeah. But if you're a good guy, chances are you're already being labeled as something that's slightly undesirable. So when you come across a good girl, you're not gonna go, oh, you're not a hoe. I can't talk to you.
we like excitement,
Right.
they like adventure too. I see that a lot of times with the good guys, you know what I mean? So a lot of us, we pick the good guys, but does the good guy want the good girl?
So we're canceling each other out. Is what you're saying.
Exactly.
I feel like, though, most of us don't, and not even say most, but I feel like some people, and I can definitely put myself in this category because I've been super guilty of it, didn't pick good guys or good men, like, because, like, we're normalizing trauma. Like, we think that to be in love is, like, exciting and should be danger, and it's like we think that all of these things are normal. When you meet a nice guy where it's just, like, it's easy, it's like, oh, well, I don't trust it because I don't know what that is. Like, so much of Black love is about struggle. Like, why does our love have to be struggled for it to be like, this is what it's supposed to be exciting and feel?
That's partially true. People do normalize the hardship, struggle, because it kind of sort of is a urgent thing, kind of makes it fun. But a lot of it is simply, especially now, you just kind of make the decision to not date that type of guy right now because you want to, just be free. It's partially true.
Good. But you said something really good about trauma speaking to trauma.
It can. Like, for some of us, and myself included, my first relationships with my father, there was damage there. So that informed a lot of my choices in men, and I think many of us do that. So that's why we want, or we respond to, like, the negativity or the bad guy.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is that we are attracted to this badness, and we have now associated the bad guy with fun.
Yep.
And we are overlooking the good guy. Okay, so now let's see what the social media streets are saying. Ethereal Kia says, imagine how much more pleasant our communities would be if our women weren't stressed out trying to play both parental roles. Imagine how much happier and peaceful our homes would be if our women could focus on cultivating them from the inside. I hear praises around.
Hello. Hallelujah.
I agree.
But whose fault is that? When everybody is so independent and don't need anybody except for their DNA, whose fault is that? It's on both parties. I'm not going to try to make a women-hating video. It's on both parties. So don't just say it's the guys who run off, it's also the women who pick the guys. People call it victim blaming kind of, but it's not. It's the truth. When you have a baby with someone, you kind of just stick to that person. Isn't the best interest, as that person kind of quoted, to stay together. But people do selfish things and they split.
Praise the Lord. That's the word right there. Imagine.
Someone responded and said it would solve most of the dysfunctions in the Black community, which is what you were talking about, the trauma.
We have to heal because, like, we have to take responsibility for the men that we're choosing. But then the men, the same way. It's like we're not here to fix them. They're not here to fix us. You have to fix yourself.
And you know what? Another part of that trauma is, like, for me, when it comes to me and I'm going and I'm dating these guys, they want to mistreat me. But then when they go to other girls of other cultures, they're going above and beyond. And it's like,
No, that's not the case. All right, now that may be her personal experience, but guys, I've dated one white woman, and I didn't go above and beyond. You got this exact same treatment, but when you are expecting, oh, you gotta have this, have that, have this, have that, and you come in a manner of just assuming that I owe you, which is a lot of people are doing right now, it's going to be you're going to get pushed back.
okay, so let me just go to the hood nigga, because the hood nigga already going to go above and beyond when he comes to a girl like me, because he's going to appreciate what I bring to the table versus a good guy who knows he has all these options. He's going to take me for granted. So I'll just go to the hood nigga who going to, you know what I'm saying, take me on a...
Okay, her finish sentence was "take me on an adventure I deserve," which I don't understand what that means. I don't get what she's pointing to. Maybe she's talking about the roller coaster that you get with a hood nigga, but when she speaks, I'm kind of getting this vibe that she's talking about a player, because if you go to a hood nigga, he's not going above and beyond, because chances are he can't even go above and beyond because he's a hood nigga. And if he's the hood nigga, what exactly is he going to appreciate that you're bringing to the table? Money? Your money? Sex? What is he going to appreciate that you bring to the table that the other guy doesn't? That the good guy doesn't? And it's very weird that in this video, the good guy is the bad guy and the hood guy is the good guy. see the trend of constantly, oh, but what I want is bad, but it's also good thing going on.
The adventure I deserve.
You said something really good there, though, because the good men out there, they think that God's gift to women, so now they treating everybody better.
But I don't want to put it.
Well, I'm not going to say that it's not true. I'm pretty sure it is. But what I've seen on social media, YouTube, etc., is that, the quote-unquote good guy, which I'm assuming is the guy that has his shit together. Maybe he graduated college, has a good job, etc. That's the guy that was shit on all the time. So I would understand why he would have this fuck you mentality.
Like, there are some good guys who will take you on wonderful adventures and you won't be crying at the end of it. Like, I think that's, like, the problem is that there are good guys that might be a little corny, but they're fun, they're kind. And, like, I do feel Sierra did for Russell. She gave him a little swag. Like, he's not wearing the Hawaiian shirts anymore.
Jesse, what do the receipts say?
Well, the first question we asked our readers was, the first thought that comes to mind when you think good guy is 51% said husband, 41% said friend, 7% said boring, and 1% said sucker.
Damn, who put sucker on
Right,
there?
but that's the problem.
That's the problem. But only.
Why didn't they do a comparison? Why didn't they have more options? This would have better. It gave an example of what women thought of good guys and hood niggas. They did a comparison and put more options. Put the option of. Would you marry the good guy but still sleep with the hood nigga? Because that is something that's actually put out there proudly by women today, which would give you a more accurate description of the thought process of people who actually vote for stuff like this, who think like this.
1% said sucker now, so that's growth. You know what that is? That's growth right there. But notice how 51% said husband, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. All of us want to settle down. Most of us want to settle down anyway. So even if it is like the boring.
When you want to settle down with the boring. When you're done with the hood nigga that you run to so much. When.
Good guy, like you still thinking, okay, husband at the end of the day.
I feel like, though, we got to change the conversation. Why does it mean that, like, in the end, like, after I've lived and had all my fun, I'm going to settle down with this corny man? Why can't it be, we want, this good man who's great and fun and nice that treats me well. And, like, that's a new experience. It doesn't have to be something that we wait for after we've been drugged through the mud.
True.
And then we,
That's always our experience, though, that I feel.
That's what I feel like you have to
Why it gotta be our experience?
I just feel like you have to go through this life, and sometimes you experience this trauma to know that there is something else out there.
Last question was, which statement do you agree with the most?
Why do you have to experience it? Why do you feel like you have to go through the worst shit to be like, okay, the boring guy is just, okay, fine then. Like, why do you want that situation? Why do you want that relationship? Just keep dealing with what you're dealing with, but understand that's what stop trying to have both. You cannot have both. It's obvious. Y'all tried for how long? Either be with the boring guy or be with the whatever you want to call the other guy, the hood nigga, the player, whatever. But pick one.
81% said good guy or bad boy, men are men. 18% said good guys make better husbands but are no fun and likely whack in bed. I think you would agree with that. That's you right there. And 1% said good guys are weak and bad boys are strong.
I think bad boys are damaged.
What kind of options were those? Good guy or bad guy, men or men, so it really doesn't fucking matter? How is that a statement when we're having this discussion? If men are men, then why don't you just pick one and live with it? If men are men. And it's almost like they put that state up there just to be like, we don't pick good guys because they're whack in bed. Like that, because that's the only one that was even relevant.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
First, can we add another option?
I think bad boys are probably damaged and therefore they damage other women.
Exactly. Look at Future.
Yeah. So let's get into the conversation and look at this article written by Teresa DiDonato for Psychology Today. She states, there has been a long-standing assumption that women who view men as nice guys are viewed as intelligent but less assertive, less sexually experienced, and less attractive. Do you agree?
Well, obviously that's true to a degree, at least a degree. If you're nice, you have less of a demanding or less of a assertive attitude because you're nice. You look out people. You're polite, so you're not going to be as in your face or as aggressive as the other guy. So why is that even a question? The answer is literally in the question itself.
Agree though? Is that how you felt before? Intelligent but less assertive, less sexually experienced, and less attractive? I didn't think less attractive.
No.
Yeah.
Because listen, some of them good guys, they'll surprise you now. They'll pull out their anaconda real quick. Okay? So I don't feel like I should.
Well, how many good guys have you had, for one? And two, if you've had good guys who are good in bed, that means you had somebody who was close, at least, to a total package. Why don't you have them? And I'm assuming you don't have them because I don't understand why we have a panel full of married women talking about this subject. Somebody on this panel has to be single. Sounds like her. If she had a near perfect guy, why didn't she have him? Is she, or is any woman ever going to admit, maybe, is me, maybe?
We should generalize that. But, then again, it's been a lot of people's experience that, yeah, the good guy is kind of whack and whatever. But that's not always the case.
So after all of that good talk and honest answers, ladies, what's our takeaways? What did we learn from this conversation?
My takeaway is simple. Hood niggas be good niggas,
Yeah.
okay? Like, don't overlook the niggas in the hood. Some of them have very good qualities that you would be surprised about. So that's my takeaway.
What are you going to be surprised about? They're in the hood. They're hood niggas. You're really trying to say they're bad boys, but you don't want to use that term for some reason. So what are the hood niggas going to surprise you with? The fact that they're going to stay there because most don't leave. What exactly are they going to surprise you with?
My takeaway is expand your idea of what good guys are. Mm-hmm. They can be kind. Like, it's not corny to be kind. It's not corny to be nice. It's not corny to be romantic. It's not corny for someone to publicly gush over you on social media. Mm-hmm. Corny is cool. Yes. Oh, that was corny.
I still liked it.
But that was great.
It felt like after school special, but
That
you know
was-
what? I'm going to own it. So if you're corny and that spoke to you, call me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was a little Family Matters, but
Yes.
there are morals in Family Matters. But this is true because as I get older, I am learning to place value on those qualities and those traits that make you feel good. You don't have to feel bad, ladies.
To be in love.
To be in love. Love doesn't feel that bad. It doesn't. Now, everyone has issues, but you pick and choose and you can find happiness in those corny qualities. Thank you guys for tuning into another dope episode